आपका जो बैंक लोन मैनेजर है, आप उसके बारे में कैसे सोचते हो कि ये अच्छा आदमी है बुरा आदमी? जनरली आपका कोई इमोशन नहीं, आपका इमोशन ये है, आई नीड मनी, आई एम गोइंग टू प्रेजेंट माई केस, माई पेपर्स, दिस पर्सन इज गोइंग टू लुक एट मी, जज मी, इट्स क्वाइट फ्राइटनिंग, बट इट्स हिज जॉब. आई कैन शो यू VCs where a VC partner is from IIT Kanpur and 60% of his portfolio is IIT Kanpur. I can show you I am Lucknow and 60% portfolio is I am Lucknow. Those are the VCs which are actually even more dangerous. There was a story where a founder got a VC who was like this: fierce, lot of money, absolute indifferent. After that, you're on your own. They never call, no intrude, absolute ideal dream VC for an entrepreneur until next time. All the anticipation, all the anxiety when startup founders are pitching to VCs or going into, raising funds. Where is this coming from? This is coming from the bad stories that you hear, that you see. But why is this craze? Why is this ambition to take VC money? That comes from all the good stories that you hear. So good stories are generally the celebratory stories of raise, of large rounds, large valuations, that reduces the view of a VC into someone with a bag of money who can just make you rich overnight or notionally rich. And the bad side is that shark who is absolutely blood hungry and who wants to rip you apart as a target. That's the idea. I think both are, quite extreme views, and I find them both appalling at the same, almost at the same level. My view is that VCs are not really bad people. VCs are not good people. VCs are VCs. They are venture capitalists. They are bankers. They are people who are as good and as bad as your bank loan manager. आपका जो बैंक लोन मैनेजर है, आप उसके बारे में कैसे सोचते हो कि ये अच्छा आदमी है बुरा आदमी है? जनरली आपका कोई इमोशन नहीं, आपका इमोशन ये है कि दिस पर्सन इज गोइंग टू, आई नीड मनी, आई एम गोइंग टू प्रेजेंट माई केस, माई पेपर्स, दिस पर्सन इज गोइंग टू लुक एट मी, जज मी, it's quite frightening, but it's his job. That's okay. Let's not worry too much about it, and let's not take that judgment personally, because that person on the other side is also human. They have their own biases. अब लोग कह रहे हैं कि IIT IIM वालों को फंडिंग मिलती है. 80-90% VCs की प्रोफाइल उठा के देखो. VC एनालिस्ट से लेकर VC पार्टनर तक IIT IIM का है. क्या करे वो आदमी? उसके अपने पर्सनल बायसेस है. ऐसे देख रहा है वो कंफर्ट ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहा है, और वो कंफर्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है. क्या मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि IITM वालों को फंडिंग मिलनी चाहिए? थैंकफुली मैं ये बोल सकता हूं क्योंकि मैं दोनों से नहीं हूं. तो क्योंकि मैं IIT IIM से नहीं हूं तो आई कैन एडवोकेट दिस इजीली. इफ आई वाज फ्रॉम IIT IIM, आई एम श्योर आई माइट हैव गॉट किल्ड फॉर दिस स्टेटमेंट. बट फैक्ट इज दैट it's not good or bad that they are trying to fund IIT IIM. They are humans who are trying to find comfort and trust. And the lowest denominator of that is alma mater. Ki chalo, I can actually show you VCs in India. I'm sure this must be happening in US all the time. I can show you VCs where a VC partner is from IIT Kanpur and 60% of his portfolio is IIT Kanpur. I can show you I am Lucknow and 60% portfolio, 40% portfolio is I am Lucknow. Like you'll feel that it is such an incestuous, group कि वो उधर से ही जाके annual recruitment चल रही है. ये कोई pitch थोड़ी चल रहा है. But they are just trying to make sure that where that money is going to be most predictably safe and will grow. So as a banker, their job is to first judge you, then look at your case, see if you're worthy of it, then give you money. When they give you money, they congratulate you because now they want to say कि please EMI time पे देना और tenure पूरा करना, और लंबे tenure का लोगे तो और अच्छा है, ROI बढ़ेगा, IRR बढ़ेगा. एंड फिर ये और क्या जज करते हैं? अगर आप अच्छी प्रॉपर्टी के लिए लोन ले रहे हो तो बेटर मिलेगा, अगर आप खराब प्रॉपर्टी के लिए लोन ले रहे हो तो खराब मिलेगा, अच्छी मार्केट, बड़ी मार्केट, छोटी मार्केट, अच्छा टैम, छोटा टैम। अब प्रॉब्लम ये है कि आप कौन सी प्रॉपर्टी खरीदनी है उसकी एडवाइस बैंक मैनेजर से लेना शुरू कर देते हो। उसने आपको लोन दिया है घर खरीदने के लिए या फैक्ट्री खरीदने के लिए। अब अगर आप उससे ओपिनियन लोगे कि फैक्ट्री कहां लगाए और फैक्ट्री में मशीन कौन सी लगाए, और आप बताओ कौन सा बिजनेस करना चाहिए, आपने 5 करोड़ रुपए दिया है हमें, तो आप बताओ सबसे ROI क्या है। हो सकता है वो ओपिनियन देगा, मतलब ओपिनियन में तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, उसका भी वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट है, ही वांट्स टू मेक श्योर दैट मनी कम्स बैक सेफली होम। बट द फैक्ट इज कि लोन किसके नाम पे, आपके नाम पे, पे किसने करना है, आपने, डिसीजन किसका होना चाहिए, आपका। क्या उसका लीगल राइट है टू स्टीयर यू, पर आप कन्फर्म कर रहे हैं जबरदस्ती, एंड फिर जब फट जाता है तो आप उसको ब्लेम करते हैं। पर सच तो यही है कि जब उसने पैसा दिया था तो आप कह रहे थे कि वाह ये जोहरी, क्योंकि इसने मेरे जैसे हीरे को परखा, और अब आपकी बन नहीं रही है तो वो घटिया आदमी है, रूथलेस, ब्लू ब्लडेड, एंड दे आर नॉट वैल्यूइंग मी द गिफ्ट टू ह्यूमैनिटी। दोनों एक्सट्रीम केसेस है। VCs are people who have taken somebody's money, which are called LPs. They have taken that money at a promise. That promise is generally 7 to 9 years long, and there is a certain level of return they promise, which can be in the tune of 2x to 3x, depending on the funds. They ideally want to make a 10x, because that's where the alignment of the VC partner, the one who is running the fund, is going to make money. Until that time, they earn a 2% management fee on the entire fund. Understanding a VC's business is very important before any founder goes and pitches to VC. It is like having a partner without even understanding what partner wants out of this. It's a relationship, and it will be a great relationship if you know exactly if you're playing for the same game. Problem is that there is a dissonance in the game. You enter a boxing ring, but you wanted to play cricket because you are artist. My craft is something else. And then you get punched, and then you cry, and you're like, "Isne mere ko punch kiya." Yeah, what was your first instinct? You are in a boxing ring. You are not supposed to enter. Entering is your choice. Getting punched is not your choice. And you are supposed to play boxing with the rules of boxing. Applies to VCs more because they are structured investors. I'm not talking about angel investors here, because angel investors are individual investors. That's why they are called angels. They may not be angels all the time in some cases, but they're called angels. So VC, when somebody is raising VC money, I think your job is to qualify the VC for your own good as well as VC's good. By the way, VC's job is also to qualify you. But interestingly, I'll be a little kinder to VCs here, because there is enough data available to do a background check on the VC. There's not enough data available to background check on you with your track record. You should go and see what is that fund, what is that partner, what do they stand for, do they generally invest in your kind of track, what is their period of investment, what kind of returns do they look for, what is the pattern that you can see emerging from a lot of their portfolio companies. There are VCs, for example, who you can clearly see. Clear pattern is that they give big money, then they sit with you, they work with you, basically very, very intrusive, but they want to control the outcome and very aggressive. Now, getting into this VC relationship actually can be beautiful. They're not intrusive. They're actually these aggressive people who are going to work very hard with you. And if you are aligned, you may actually create wonders. In fact, because they're working with you, even if you fail, probably they'll double the money next round. And the world will remain confused. Every time these guys flunk, round bada ho jata hai, ye kaise ho raha hai? Because they are aligned. There are VCs who will give you a large chunk of money and you will never hear from them. They will just tell you कि अगले राउंड में अगर 3x ग्रोथ से कम हो, कॉल मत करना. Those are the VCs which are actually even more dangerous. I've actually told founders at times, there was this story where a founder got a VC who was like this: fierce, lot of money, absolute indifferent. After that, you're on your own. They never call, no intrude, absolute ideal dream VC for an entrepreneur until next round. I actually told this founder, I said, you know what? I won't congratulate you because you got this term sheet, because there's a problem. These people may not kill you by intrusion. They will kill you by indifference. Next round, if you're not 3x and you go in the market raising, everyone will ask you, why are you out raising? Is that VC not doubling down? And if you say no, you're killed. You don't want them alone. He said, but I've got this term sheet now. I said, okay, why don't you go to that VC also and bring them into the round? They are absolutely opposite, intrusive ones. He said, but they are too intrusive. I said, but they are too indifferent. If you have an intrusive one, at least they will help you double down. And good news about this VC is that they will tag along. They don't mind. They have a lot of money. Interestingly, exactly that happened after 2 years. After 2 years, these guys were not growing as fast. This guy was indifferent. Intrusive guys said, okay, I'll put some money. This guy tagged along. Next round happened. Story is still on. Some VCs are vertical, very, very sector focused. They have their own good and bad. The good news is that you will always remain abreast with what's happening in the world. They will bring in a lot of expertise. Bad news, they have a baggage of bias. They have a baggage of knowledge. You will not be able to disrupt a lot with them because they exactly know the sector. So they have the curse of knowledge. For example, me, I have the curse of knowledge in restaurant industry. My biggest nightmare is that I reject so many restaurant tech ideas because I feel कि ये बकवास ही नहीं चलेगा. Because I have the curse of knowledge, अभी क्या करूँ मैं? Baggage है. I actually fear becoming the companies that I'm killing. And it's a legit nightmare and fear I have. That's why whenever I reject a restaurant tech idea or any idea from a new entrepreneur around restaurants, I always tell them, कि भाई, listen to me, but don't follow. Take it with a pinch of salt, prove me wrong, call me back, and I'll congratulate you. It's not a challenge. I really want you to prove me wrong because I desperately need that. I need somebody to challenge my worldview because it is hardening. Because जो भी मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो ठीक हो रहा है. अभी क्या करूँ मैं? How do I get some oxygen? And but that's curse of knowledge. वो अच्छा भी है, उस वजह से हम जिंदा हैं. वो बुरा भी है, उस वजह से हो सकता है कि हम यहीं जिंदा रह जाएं. So that's difficult. Those VCs, vertical focused VCs, are double-edged sword. So there are different VCs. An entrepreneur's job is not to have anxiety, anticipation, or fear. An entrepreneur's job is to make sure that the way you create an ideal customer profile, the way you qualify your customers, you basically make an ideal VC profile. You qualify your VC. Ask all the hard questions right at the start. Write down all their expectations at the start. Make sure that you figure out if they align with your vision of how you want to run it. See how does it look like 3 years from now, from their eyes and your eyes. If there is any misalignment, this is the time to call it out. And this is the time to not take that money. But once you take that money, I personally believe that as an entrepreneur, your responsibility is to deliver on that money. After that, if you cry, I don't have high opinions of founders who cry about their VCs, at the wrong time. I do wonder at times that, these were the things that you should have called out, long back. And when VCs are advising you, think about that bank manager who is advising you about the latest project in his vicinity. He's just advising. You're not supposed to take the advice. Advice उसकी चलेगी जो EMI भरेगा, और बैंक मैनेजर EMI लेने के लिए आया, भरने के लिए नहीं आया. तो एडवाइस लीजिए, बट कर्तव्य आपका है. If you take care of these things, VCs are not bad people. VCs are also not good people. It's money, and you're supposed to deliver it. so far you remain true to this alignment, you probably will also make friends with them, but that's unnecessary. Required need.